In 1972, a computer model quietly forecasted the end of modern society. Its predictions were dismissed, until now. A Harvard-linked revelation confirms it. 2040 isn't just a number, it's the deadline, and everything around you is part of the countdown. Back in 1972, when bell-bottoms ruled the streets and disco hijacked the airwaves, a handful of MIT students quietly launched one of the most haunting science experiments ever imagined. They built a computer model called World3, designed not to simulate a city or war, but the entire future of planet Earth. Think of it like SimCity, but the version where everything goes terribly wrong. In this virtual globe, they poured data on population growth, pollution, food production, resources, and industry, and then hit the button marked Simulate. What came back wasn't pretty. A chart where humanity climbs fast through the 20th century, then slams into a cliff around 2040. That's when food dries up, resources run out, and population stalls. But buried in that 1,000-page report, one cryptic line that could flip the whole story. But we'll get to that. First, let's look at why these doomsday scientists were dismissed, then shockingly proven right. The 1970s were a turning point. Earth Day had just been born, and people were only starting to whisper about the environment. But Donella Meadows, the lead scientist at MIT, wasn't whispering. She was screaming into the void. Their study, instead of being embraced, got slammed. Critics called it panic propaganda, too simple, or even anti-progress. But then came the twist no one expected. In 2021, a sustainability expert named Gaia Harrington ran the numbers again using today's data. Her discovery? The world isn't just matching the original model, it was outpacing it. Pollution was surging, industry was peaking, the birth rate was dropping faster than expected. But Harrington uncovered something even more alarming. The collapse might not be coming, it might have already started. But to really understand collapse, you gotta zoom out and look at history's biggest flops. Think Rome, think the Mayans, think the Soviet Union. These weren't sudden explosions, they were slow burns. The same thing kept bringing them down. Political messes, social breakdowns, broken ecosystems, an economy stretched too thin. MIT's model tracks 5 key forces: population, industry, food, pollution, and resources. But those are just the new labels for ancient problems. And here's the scary twist. We're all tangled in it. Every Amazon checkout, every coffee run, every TikTok trend in fast fashion, it all adds fuel to the system. And yeah, I'm guilty too. So now I'm asking you, if the whole system started collapsing tomorrow, what modern habit would you struggle to let go of first? Think the fall of Rome was all fire and battles? Not really. It crumbled slowly. Poisoned water, dying farms, money that became useless. At one point, soldiers were paid in salt because coins had no value. Sounds ancient, right? But here's the twist. The same cracks are showing today. Our soil is disappearing 10 times faster than it can be made. Tiny plastic pieces are showing up in our blood. The dollar? It has lost over 96% of its value since 1913. These aren't random problems. They feed into each other. Less supply raises prices. Higher prices cause panic, and panic breaks systems. And when systems break, everything starts falling like dominoes. MIT warned us. Feedback loops don't care about countries or who's in charge. They just keep spinning faster until something snaps. And if you're still watching, that means that you see what most don't. So smash like and tap subscribe to stay in the loop. Just not that loop. But here's where it gets wild. Our world is fast. Think smartphones, planes, AI, everything. But that speed, it also makes us fragile. Ancient life was slow, but tough. Now we can get sushi in our pajamas, but most of us couldn't grow a tomato to save our lives. In 2021, one cargo ship blocked the Suez Canal and cost the world $10 billion every day. In 2023, a cyber attack stopped gas stations across the East Coast. MIT didn't predict those exact events, but they predicted the pattern. The more connected we get, the easier it is for one tiny problem to cause a big mess. One prepper told me something that stuck. Your grandpa grew food. You edit TikToks. Ouch. But also kinda true. Our comfort has made us soft, and that's where the next part hits hard. MIT's business as usual collapse model was tested again in 2021. It was 97% accurate. Food systems are slowing down. People are getting less fertile. Resources running out. Scary? Yeah. But here's the part that no one talks about. MIT didn't include one thing in their model of creativity. They couldn't measure how humans adapt, solve problems, or build new solutions when everything's on the line. That's the wild card, and it might be the only thing that still changes the game. We have two roads ahead. One looks normal, just keep doing what we're doing. But if we stay on this path, things break. By 2040, factories will slow down. By 2050, food cuts in half. Then everything starts falling apart. Economies crash, people panic, chaos everywhere. But what if there's another way? Now, don't get too excited. It's not a perfect future full of flying cars and rainbow cities. This better path means lowering pollution, fixing unfair systems, and giving up the idea of more. We stop chasing endless growth. Sounds kinda boring? Maybe, but at least we'll survive. The clock is ticking though. We've got 5 to 10 years. That's it. After that, the path locks in. Whatever we choose becomes the future. And climate change isn't just about heat. It's about jobs, money, even governments collapsing. So let's say that we take the tech-heavy path. Sounds smart, right? Well, kind of. Imagine lab-grown burgers, AI running power plants, and mining space rocks instead of digging up Earth. You rent your clothes, your house, even your toothbrush. It solves problems, but it creates new ones. Why? Because power gets concentrated. Big tech runs the world. Rich people build seed vaults and talk about spraying chemicals into the sky. Yes, geoengineering. Bill Gates is literally backing some of it right now. But even the best tech can't delete greed. For every person trying to save the Earth, there's a billionaire trying to suck it dry. Solar energy is cheaper than ever, yet pollution is still high. Why? Because the economy needs 3% growth every year to survive. But nothing grows forever. Except maybe our expectations. So what's actually coming? Here's 2040 if we stay blind. 30% of crops fail because there is no fertilizer. Rich countries start rationing food. Poor countries face real famine. Half the jobs vanish due to robots. People riot. Governments push back. Billionaires run underground while everyone else fights to survive. But wait, don't give up just yet. You'd be surprised how often history finds light in the darkest places. Maybe the Mayans didn't vanish. They adapted. When droughts hit and cities failed, they didn't give up. They moved to the forests, rebuilt their lives, and traded jade for something far more important: water. Collapses didn't destroy them, it reset them. So, do you think that we'll hit a full collapse by 2040, or is this just another fear-based headline? Drop your take in the comments. If your brain's spinning and you're still wondering why billionaires are quietly buying farmland while most can't afford rent, check out our latest video. There's a reason why they're preparing, and it's not random. Hit like if this made you think twice, share it with someone who's still asleep, and yeah, subscribe, because the truth only gets weirder from here.